almost the last nail, and I'm walking up 30th Street in Boulder, and this is May 25th. It's Memorial Day of 2026. And are you ready for an absolutely crazy day? Well, over in YouTube land, I hope you are, and I want you to come along for a ride with me, because today I'm doing some coverage of Bolder Boulder, which is the 10K race and walk through Boulder. Okay, so here's what's going on. I'm wearing one of my long sleeve t-shirts from a prior, I think the 2023 Bolder Boulder. Now, I'm not right now, unless they're taking late entries, which I don't think they are. I'm going to walk probably on the sidewalk for, I don't know how much of the course, but I'll end up at Folsom Field, and they have a Memorial Day program there, plus you can see the finishers finish. Now, the racing part of the day will end with the professional racers. So I don't have a race number. I actually went over to the expo, and they said that the races, or the race was essentially sold out. So I'm going to show what it looks like here. You've probably got around 50,000 runners, or at least that's, or runners and walkers. That's what they did, or that's what they had last year. So this is looking south on the 30th in Boulder. I'm right outside of Home Depot, and I'm going to pan north. And the starting line is north of here, up by Pearl Street. I think it's way up at Pearl Street. Okay, now right now I'm getting into the thick of the runners, and I'll tell you right now, you're seeing some lines, and you can probably tell what the lines are for. They're for all the bathrooms. But as far north as I can see, I don't know how far you can see there, but it's just nothing but a sea of people. Okay, now it's about 8:20 in the morning, and I think the last wave goes off around 9:45, and the walkers should be finished before 12. So we'll see how that goes. And again, I will probably not be allowed to be walking on the walking course, so I'll have to limit my walking to the sidewalk. If I walk on the course, the marshals will probably see that I don't have a number, and they'll either ask me or escort me to walk on the sidewalk. So that's what I am going to do. I'm going to walk what I can. So Keely and I have done this walk about maybe 4 or 5 times, and it is a lot of fun. It's basically a fun walk, and of course you get the customary t-shirt, and so it's a lot of fun. Okay, so this is the status of any hopes of late registration. There basically is none. Now I'm going to go over here, because this is a map of the Bolder Boulder start area. And here is the race course, which I'm very familiar with. So like I said, I'm going to pretty much stick with the sidewalks and just see what I can do with either out or without getting kicked off the course, but I'll end up down here at the stadium. So I know Boulder pretty well. I've been here for about 10 or 12 years, about 10 years. So I'll make my way around.
Or should I start with mine?
So these are the starting times. They do this by wave. They start with A, which I think are the early registrants, and they go up to WC. So the latest time would be about 9:23, and the first timers started at 6:45. So a lot of them have already done by now. Okay, so there's going to be music going on this whole race, so if I have any hopes of ever getting monetized, oh well, it's not going to work out. So I'll probably get copyrighted. So now what I have to do is find a way to get through here and get to the other side. Okay, so I'm right where I should be, which is on the sidewalk. There's a couple of people in front of me riding their electric bikes. So I know there are people here
Have a great time. Take it out
that
the streets.
I don't want to say we're non-participants because we are participating. I'm participating as a member, well, not officially, but as a member of the media.
Birthday to Dicey.
Okay, so where you see the blue banner that says Bolder Boulder, that's right at Pearl Street, and that would be the starting line.
Who's going to do the course twice just to get extra bacon?
So I'm gonna get
The view from up here on the
a little bit of the starting line, and then I'm gonna head up Pearl Street.
We still cannot.
Okay, now here's the starting line. I'm gonna step in here a little bit. There's some media people. And there's the group that just went. Okay, they're getting ready. And here they come. Sea level 5391. I better move out of the way unless I want my camera knocked out of my hand.
Leave the queen of the Boulder.
This would be which group this is. Because everybody's got different alphabet letters. Okay, you can see the next starting group behind me, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to further up the race course and start my journey on this. I won't quite do the 6.1 miles, but I'll get something in there. And I didn't say, but I'm glad you're here and come along for the ride with me. So what's nice about walking the course, but kind of walking off course, is there's a Whole Foods market nearby that I'm walking towards. I'm going to go in there and see if I could get just a real quick bite to eat, because I didn't have any breakfast. And I'm starting to feel it, and I've got quite a few miles to go before I get to the stadium. So now I'm at 28th Street, which you might call one of the main drags of Boulder, Colorado, and this is the main turn off of 28th to Spruce, not Bruce, but Spruce. It rhymes with Bruce, but it's Spruce. So that's Spruce. I don't know if it's Spruce Street. Spruce Street, that's what it is. So they're coming off of 28th. So they started at 30th. Forget which street they turned left on, and then they made a second left onto 28th. Now they're turning right. Going Spruce, they'll go up about a block and make another right turn. Now, I did stop at Whole Foods, and they didn't have any hot food ready, so I just got a protein bar or an oat bar, so that I feel a lot better already. I'll say, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but there's no shortage of entertainment on the whole entire race course. Okay, now I'm not sure which street this is, but like I say, there's no shortage of entertainment around here. Now I have to find a way to get by this group of people. Okay, so this is Pine Street. I've driven on this street lots of times. I think they're going up towards Folsom. And then they'll make a right turn up there. They'll actually finish on Folsom before they go into the stadium. So the trick for me is try to stay on the sidewalks as much as possible. And up here there's another band doing their thing. And they have different things. Now this is the 2K sign. I've probably done about 1K. There's people in here that are in line because it is kind of warm today. But that's water spray. So there's all these things going on. I mean, this is just a fun race. Everybody seems to be in a really good mood. And there's no shortage of neighbors here offering their support, their moral support to the runners, and they look like they're really enjoying it. There's a band across the street showing their whole lot of love. And now they're going to turn and go north on Folsom. Now I'm at Folsom Street. You can see down there by Pearl where the race course comes in and makes a right turn, and then people will go up to the stadium from there. But this way is the turn on Folsom from Pine. There's Pine, fairly empty. I drove on Pine yesterday. Now this is a part where I might have to find a way to stay off the course. Or maybe cross the street. So there's a lot of places in here for, oh yeah, here's a water break. Probably something I should do, even as a non-participant, is try to get some water. This is at least the first water break I've seen. I don't think it's the first one. I think there was another one on 28th. Uh-oh. Now we're getting cartwheels. You cartwheel, we drink.
Not a wheel.
Oh, sorry.
Nick, is this too much?
Now this is one of the first hills. Here's a percussion troupe. Boy, I better be careful around those ladies back there. I'm glad I wore my wedding ring. Now we're coming up onto Valmont. I'm going to make a left turn up here. I've already walked 3 miles from where I parked the car, so I'm getting some miles in today. Okay, so I think this is Edgewood Street. It's kind of the western extension of Valmont. Now I'm going to take this street up. I'm taking a shortcut here because, again, I'm not an official walker. Maybe next year. I'll just see how this goes. Edgewood Drive. So when I get to the next street, the runners and walkers, instead of going north, they will be going south and heading back into the general direction of Folsom Field, and that's what I intend on doing. So this has been great so far. Anyway, okay, now I'm getting close to 19th and Edgewood. And I can see the runners, they're going to make a turn up here. I'll take the camera, flip it around. And I say the runners, I mean the runners and the walkers. Now they're going, oh, this is Folsom Avenue that they're going up. And they're headed towards the high point in the course. They'll get to a point, I think it's up near Sacred Heart of Jesus Church. That would be the high point of the church, or the course. And then they'll, it's all downhill from there. Now, when I've done this course, when I've walked it, this is about the point where I'm starting to get really tired, and it really starts turning into an accomplishment. Okay, now I'm at Balsam and 17th. They're handing out Doritos. I guess a little bit of, I don't know how nutritious it is, but some carbs. Then I'm going to keep walking up Balsam and meet the runners. You can't see them, but they'll be up there, and that'll be near the top of the race course. He looks like he should be at Disneyland on Pirates of the Caribbean. All right, so I'm going to go up to the next street. You can tell it's really picturesque here. Got the mountains in the back. This is just about the high point of the course. There's a lot of people that are running. I would be walking like I'm doing right now. Over here are Boulder's finest. Really appreciate them being out here. I'll tell you, this is, you really get in here where you got some of these stores. You got Moe's Bagel, KT's, Audrey Jane's Pizza. This is really a 6.1 mile party. And it's just really amazing for Boulder to put this on. This race, by the way, started in 1979. Probably with very few people, and it has just grown. And this year, 2026, has been the first sellout for this race. They just can't get any more people in doing the race. And here's mile 4, sponsored by Runner's Roost of Colorado. Now this is 13th and High Street, and this is the high point of the race course. It says Summit. Right here, I'm standing on it. It's all downhill from here for the runners. Okay, here's Sacred Heart of Jesus School. I think that's Father John in the black in his priest's outfit.
We have good reason. We have very good reason.
And here's the runners starting their downhill. They're starting their downhill to the Pearl Street Mall. I've been on this, I think, let's see, this is back to Mapleton. I've been on this street many, many times. In fact, when I do my videos at the Pearl Street Mall, that's where I usually park, is down there, wherever I can find parking. Here's the Hotel Boulderado. The runners and walkers are going by now. They're going to turn left up here on Pine. I'm going to keep going straight because I want to go ahead and go straight to the stadium. If I go left here, I'm just going to end up doubling back to get into the stadium, which is where I want to end up. So I've been here. I haven't stayed at the Boulderado. I've been here at the anti-Valentine's Day party. That was way, way back when I was single and I first got here, and I think everybody wore black. That was the idea. Okay, so I'm at 13th and Spruce, back to Spruce Street. Not to get mixed up with Bruce, but there, down there, you see the 7K sign, and this is a 10K course. Now, I think that's probably about 1.5 miles left. So, I'll tell you, I have done this several times, and even if you're walking it, I get an idea of what you're going through. And I like the designs of the shirts. That green, but I've got a few of these. Actually, if you wait long enough, you might find some of these shirts ending up in some of the thrift stores. There's so many high back. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and just head down Broadway directly to the stadium. And I'll see you on the way to the stadium. This is always cool. I think one of these days I'm going to do a video, and I'm just going to start looking for all the wall murals in Boulder. I've done 2 of them, but they were very special. That's really neat, that tiger. Okay, so I'm taking a little break here. I'm on my way to Folsom Field, but this is all the meals and the snacking area to get food. I'm at the Boulder Creek Festival that they have every year on Memorial Day weekend, but they have just about everything you would want. Oh, they got deep fried, no pickles. But I'm a plant-based eater, so I kind of violated that yesterday. I had a veggie dog, but it was boiled in water that was cooking all meat hot dogs. But then I'm a plant-based eater, and that does allow for some meat here and there. Okay, so making some progress here. Here's Boulder Creek. Okay, so I'm officially on University of Colorado Boulder property. And this is the Grandview Cottage, the Media Archaeology Lab. And this is probably one of the, I don't know if this is probably a student, some kind of student housing or frat housing, and that's the Limelight Hotel that has been built recently. And then as we walk over here, we got the Institute of Behavioral Science. Then this is the Center for Native American and Indigenous Studies. over here. And on, of course, Grandview. The program for writing and rhetoric. And this over here is University of Colorado Conference on World Affairs. There's some really neat looking historic buildings. So now this is the main campus. This is the real old historic part. You got buildings going back to the 1800s. Mackay Auditorium, Claire Small Arts and Sciences, Student Rec Center, Old Main, and we'll get over to the stadium. But I guess you're getting a tour, somewhat of a tour of the campus. Keely always tells me that these, I think, are oak, some kind of oak tree. They're very different from the oaks we see out in California. As you might know, I'm from California. This is the old main building. It's fenced off, or at least the front stairs are. So I imagine it's fenced off for some kind of refurbishment. And then as we turn around, whoops, almost stepped off the wrong way. This would be the Mackay Auditorium. Now I've been here, I've been inside a couple times, once to see a show. It's traditional that right after Thanksgiving they put on the Nutcracker ballet. It's really good. And there's a frontal view of the Mackay Auditorium on this Memorial Day, 2026. Okay, so now I'm in the stadium. You can see the runners. Those are the runners coming in, and I've been down that lane at least 4 times with Keely. Never ran. This is the first time I've ever done anything close to doing it myself. Now I'm at 6.26 miles, and I'm putting my watch on pause, and I'll take it off pause as I walk back to the car. So I've walked so far about the same amount of miles of a 10K. My legs are tired. 97.3. So I hope the people that have done this race realize what a privilege it is to do the race. I really miss doing it, but I was real happy just to be close to it and just film it. It was the first time I filmed it. Oh, there's Chip. Chip is, let's see, there's Chip. You can see Chip, yeah, there he is, there's Chip. He's the Buffs mascot. I don't know if he did the whole race in that outfit or if he's just running.
1979, this event has included some version of a professional race, some iteration. So many of us cared about doing something like this. Really, we never thought make Boulder then, Steve Bosley and his family from the University of Colorado. Everybody kind of came together over all these years and created something that truly is a legacy. Well, it is a legacy, and we're going to be bringing you all the action of the professional race here in just a few minutes. Before we do that, we want to just talk briefly and give a shout out to one of the legends of the sport, Frank Hewitt. I mentioned a few words about him. Well, Joe B. Hill is proof that the spirit of running can come from anywhere. North Angelino, Colorado, lived to be 94 years old, just passed away last year. Became the coach at Adams State College.
You're like, why did I not?
And stayed there out of loyalty for many, many years. Produced runners. Cassie Parker and Tom Dale. Cassie Parker still had the flag on the back. The background there. In your picture there. Notable elevation change as they're heading north on Folsom Field. Going up this slight incline here. It's not anything over the top, and there's also a downhill slightly thereafter. So that helps with recovery. But this is sometimes starts to just measure whether really pushing the base slightly. That's just on paper. You just never know on the day. An elevation in a road race, how that translates. Times are great, but it really comes down to that individual race at this point. And I made a mistake. This is the last of the slight down.
Here come the women finishers, or actually the women leaders, the two women leaders. They'll be entering the stadium at any time. They've walked that path many times where they are right now, right after they got the left turn coming up.
Closing down ever so slightly on third place. She just passed the 6 mile mark.
Today, May 25th, 1981, that the Bolder Boulder first finished right here inside of Folsom Field. And the connection between this event and the University of Colorado Boulder, it has only gotten stronger over these 4.5 decades. Please join me at this point in giving a hearty welcome to the Chancellor of the University of Colorado, Justin Schwartz.
What started 45 years ago as a finish line inside this stadium has grown into something so much larger. A tradition that brings this campus, this city, and people from around the world together. I stand here today not only as the Chancellor of CU Boulder, but also as a proud two-time participant in this great tradition. When the Boulder Boulder first moved to Folsom Field, it had only been run twice before. Since then, more than 1.5 million runners, joggers, walkers, and crawlers have crossed the finish line along with us. Together, CU Boulder and the Bolder Boulder have helped showcase a beautiful city to the nation and to the world. Welcoming participants from all 50 states and more than 24 countries, while reflecting the spirit, the beauty, and the energy of the Boulder community. We are so glad to share our campus with you on this iconic, distinctly Boulder day, and I am also truly honored to be here to recognize CU alumnus Ellison Romazinga on this Memorial Day. Thank you, and go Bucks!
Please direct your attention to the field for the arrival of the military formation and the presentation of our American flag. The Honor Guard, who later will offer the 21-gun salute, and the Color Guard, carrying the Stars and Stripes. Both are based here in Colorado. Joining us again this year, the Honor Guard of the 4th Distribution Support Battalion, stationed on Buckley Space Force Base here in Aurora. We are also pleased to again have the American flag brought to the field by the University of Colorado Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps Color Guard.
Wow, she's here. She's in
Now I get to try every chip.
For almost 65 years, CU's a cappella singing group, the CU Buffoons, have been entertaining audiences all over the Front Range. And today, we are very honored to have them perform our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Remove your caps and join the CU Buffoons by singing along to our national anthem.
Where are they? Good. Let's see.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. That star-spangled banner yet waves.
from Marine Corps Air Station Miramont, San Diego.
To go into space. Countless children grew up climbing the rocket at Scott Carpenter Park, located just east of here. This campus is also part of space history. Seeing Boulder is a top-ranked, world-renowned school of aerospace engineering and space science. One facet of this history is class of 1969 alum Ellison Onizuka. This year marks the 40th anniversary of the Space Shuttle Challenger tragedy.
So we'll never forget them. And one of the last time we saw it this morning as they prepared for that journey late goodbye. And swift, surly eyes of light to touch the face of God.
Onizuka was one of the 7 astronauts to perish on that mission, and the Bolder Boulder remembers him on Memorial Day. After completing his bachelor's and master's degree programs, Ellison joined the Air Force ROTC, its Arnold Air Society, and was a member of the Tau Beta Pi Honor Society. In 1970, he entered active duty in the U.S. Air Force, later attending test pilot school. In 1978, Onizuka was selected for the astronaut program and was aboard Space Shuttle Discovery in January of 1985. 1 year and 1 day after Discovery's touchdown, Onizuka lifted off again, this time on Challenger. Today, as we think of Ellison Onizuka, we also remember the Seed family suffered another loss in 2003 with Kalpana Chawla on the Space Shuttle Columbia. Kalpana earned her PhD here in Boulder in 1988. While we honor our and our country's losses, we also celebrate our renewed push for space exploration with the recent successful Artemis mission.
All I know is we all went to the library.
The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
The world and Seeing Boulder look forward to the vast possibilities.
What happened?
Okay, so I just
Now, while the loss of the Challenger crew was felt all over the United States and across all parts of the globe, nowhere was it felt harder than with the families of the 7 crew members. Over the weekend, Network 7 introduced us to Ellison Onizuka's daughter, Janelle.
Seeing Boulder always had a special place in Colonel Ellison Onizuka's heart, and because of that, the same goes for his daughter. He wanted to become an astronaut ever since he was a little kid. He earned a bachelor's and master's here in the 60s.
That had a lot to do to inspire him to become an astronaut.
He joined the Air Force and in 1985 became the first Asian American to explore space on board the Space Shuttle Discovery.
He would always tell them, you know, this is where it all began for me.
On January 28th, 1 year later, his daughter Janelle said he boarded the Space Shuttle Challenger.
I told my dad, I said, you promised to come home? He said, yes. And I said, okay, I'll see you when you get back.
She was just 16 years old.
And that was the last conversation I had.
Looked as though they were not going to be able to get off.
The launch had gone horribly wrong as the astronauts' families watched. It was just 73 seconds after lifting off from Earth.
And everything had just gone silent. And then, like minutes later, it was like chaos.
Janelle remembers her mom being whisked away as she tried to process what had just happened to her dad. And it became all too clear when she saw her mom come back out.
She wasn't walking, she was being carried out. So to me that was like even worse, because I thought my whole life had just dropped before me.
40 years later, Janelle still talks about how her father inspires her and her own children to this day.
They always want to be like their grandpa, and it amazes me. that my dad has inspired my kids and they've never even met him.
A man motivated by education who taught Janelle to never quit. And now she hopes people at Bolder Boulder will feel the same when he is recognized in a place so precious to him.
He had a quote. This is something that I want to share with them, is that your vision is not limited by what your eyes can see, but by what your mind can imagine.
Ellison and Lorna Onizuka's eldest daughter, Janelle, and her family, as the Bolder Boulder honors her father. Related to his connection to CU Boulder, a university flag, and a game day football. Both items were recovered. The Onizuka family lovingly donated both to the Heritage Center here at CU. The football has been on display at Old Main, and you can see it on Buff Vision now. To show our appreciation of that donation and to honor Ellison Onizuka, the Bolder Boulder and the University of Colorado would like to present a game ball from last month's Black and Gold Day to Janelle and her family. Here to make the presentation is CU Chancellor Justin Schultz. Who left the comforts of home and family to defend our freedoms and way of life, and never returned. We honor their courage and dedication, and thank them for their sacrifices. We preserve their memory so that we never forget. As we continue a time-honored tradition of rendering echo taps during our program, please keep Colonel Onizuka's memory and his family in your thoughts and prayers. Let us also remember and honor the other Challenger and Columbia astronauts and their family members, as well as all the U.S. servicemen and women that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the defense of this nation. Please stand. Please stand, remove your caps, and join us in remembering our fallen heroes in Aurora. Then, echo taps will be played by two Colorado natives, a 14-year-old, yes, a 14-year-old student joining us again, Eli Von Eschen, and Thornton resident Mike Gill.
Nothing. Wait a few more minutes, okay?
And now, Mother Nature is this year on our side. Please look to the skies as we honor each branch of the United States Armed Forces, our longtime partners for Mile High Skydiving based in Boulder. Our skydivers today have a combined total of almost 90 years of jumping experience and have done more than 36,000 jumps. I'd like to ask the service members and veterans who are here to stand as their branch flag enters the stadium. We all thank you for answering the call to duty. Please stand to be recognized if you served in the United States Air Force. Your flag carried by Ryan We want to recognize and honor our Coast Guard men and women. Please stand.
Well, this is Bruce the Last Nail, and this is the first time I've ever videoed or photographed the Bolder Boulder, and it's been fun. It's been an honor to do this for Memorial Day. I walked 6.2, just about 6.2 miles, which is 10K from the car. Now I'm going back to the car. So I'll probably get at least a mile, another mile in. That's what I would expect. If not, I should be doing around 7 miles total. So it's not a bad day. I am pretty tired. So let's see, this is, here's a part of campus that's really beautiful. I'm going to turn the camera around. And it looks like we got some rain probably coming in later today. But this is very beautiful in here, and I imagine in the fall and football season, the trees here turn all different colors. So anyway, that's going to do it. Hope by the time I get this out, I'm sure it'll be well past Memorial Day, but I hope that you will have had a good Memorial Day weekend and stay safe, and thanks for coming along with the ride with me, or the walk, and have a great and safe summer this year. Goodbye.